another episode of The Splice, where we dive deep into the stories that shape our industry. I'm your host, Jessica. Today, we're thrilled to have with us Larry Weiner, ITG's Vice President of Engineering. Larry's journey in telecom began at the young age of 14 as an apprentice electrician, leading to a prolific career spanning continents, from constructing networks in Australia and Asia to leading major projects across Europe and the Americas. Larry, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
During the 1980s, you witnessed the transformative breakup of the Bell system. Could you tell us about what the Bell system is and the impact on the industry?
Sure. In this country, prior to 1984, there was really a single phone company known as the Bell system, or we referred to it as Ma Bell. I went to work right out of high school for Western Electric, which was the construction and engineering division of the Bell system. In 1984, the federal government decided that the Bell system was now a monopoly, and it got broke into 7 different Bell companies around the country. And I ended up with a group up in the Northeast doing what they referred to as EF&I, engineering, furnish, and install. And I worked that as I put myself through school and in 1984.
Is that where you would say your passion for engineering started?
Yeah, I think so. I always put things together, even, as a young kid. I always wanted to know. I took things apart, put them back together. So I think that's what drove me to go into engineering. And I got 2 degrees, one in electrical engineering, and my father was a civil and a highway contractor. So I decided to get a civil engineering degree as well.
Your career has also taken you around the globe. What has been your favorite project?
Well, in 1994, after having spent time building telephone company central offices, and then started to get into building head ends for then Continental Cablevision, I was recruited to go and move to Australia. So I moved to Sydney, Australia in 1994 to work on and build the first cable networks in Australia. There were 2 of them. There was Foxtel, which was the joint venture between Rupert Murdoch's Fox and the then Telstra, which was the Australian phone company, and then the second carrier, which was a joint venture between Continental Cablevision and Bell South. With that, we had to build a microwave point-to-point network across the Australian desert so that they could communicate across the country. And we set out, there was a team of us for about 3 months, going across the country, having to carry fuel, having to carry anti-venom because of all the deadly snakes and things in Australia. So I think building that point-to-point microwave project across the country was probably the most interesting project I ever did.
Well, we have that in common. I was in Australia for about a year as well, as part of a working holiday visa, and I fell in love with Australia too. Let's talk about 1995. You were part of groundbreaking work in China. What was the country like at that time, and how did that project influence you?
Well, our company in Australia then got recruited to start building base stations and starting the second cell phone carrier network in China called China Unicom. And I went over there to start building and fiber backhaul. I think in and out of the time that I was there, between 95 and 2000, we probably worked on about 500 or 600 base stations, backhauling the fiber, building the base station switching and sort of that was very interesting. It was very, very different to building in the US or even in Australia as far as some of the construction wasn't as stringent. Let's just say there wasn't a lot of OSHA regulations at that time. Saw a large transformation in the country. In 95, when I first started going into China, there was very few vehicles on the road. And probably in 2000, when I was done there were a lot of cars, and saw a huge transformation in the country.
Well, let's transition back home. You're currently leading several fiber to the home projects here at ITG, like Hyperfiber and MetroNet. Can you tell us a little bit about those projects?
Yes, there's just a big influx of fiber to the home projects now all across the US. There's a big push for fiber, and a lot of other carriers have sprung up all over the United States. Hyperfiber being one, Ripple Fiber. There's a number of them, and we're working with them and growing with them into multiple locations. Currently for Hyperfiber, we're working in Florida, Arkansas, Colorado, and we're just about to roll out Tucson, Arizona, and Tacoma, Washington. With Ripple Fiber, we're in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and we're speaking to them about 3 other locations. So there are a lot of fiber to the home work going on outside of our traditional Comcast, Charter, and customers. And there's been a big growth, and it's been very exciting to be part of that.
Why such a big push towards fiber?
Well, it's really about the speeds, and it's about what everybody needs. You know, there's so much work from home now, and there is a big call for high speed, and fiber is the way to get the speed. Traditional cable networks with copper, they have the ability to expand into high speed. The Charters and the Comcast are doing projects to increase the speeds. But if you're a new company rolling out, you're going to roll out fiber. And believe it or not, it's less expensive to build fiber to the home than it would be to build it out of copper with a coax plant. So there's just a big push for carriers.
What advice would you offer to someone just starting out in telecom today?
Well, I started when I was 18. I would tell you I would run, because if this gets under your skin, like it has for me and so many of us, I've been doing this now for 44 years. It's been extremely exciting. It's taken me all over the world. I've been fortunate. I worked in Australia and Europe, in the Middle East, in many, many places. I can't imagine doing anything else. I actually tried a few times to get out of this telecom and cable, but it draws you back in. And so I say that, but it's extremely rewarding as well. And it could be a great career if you want to learn it. And I think it'll be going on for years to come.
Larry, thank you for sharing your journey and insights with us today. Your experiences truly highlight the global nature of our industry. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Remember, it's our connections within this team that drive our success. Stay connected and join us next time on The Splice for more engaging stories from the heart of telecommunications.
Thanks for having me.